Hi, this is Joe Welinske, Program Manager for ConveyUX, meeting with another of our presenters for our annual event coming up in Seattle, April 28th, March 1st, and March 2nd. And today I'm happy to be speaking with Annemarie Lesage. Hello, Annemarie.
Oh, hi.
Where are you speaking to us from today? I'm in Seattle in my home office. Where are you located?
Well, I'm in Montreal in our office at Ucentric, and right now I've hid in one of our war rooms because there was a lot of noise. Right now it's a Tai Chi session on Friday afternoon, and it's kind of a nice sunny Friday for us here, which is not necessarily unusual, but we don't take it for granted, let's say.
Well, all the yellow stickies make a very interesting and appropriate background for talking with the UX professionals. So why don't you just start by giving us a little bit of an idea of your background and the nature of your work.
Okay, so my background goes some ways. I've started, let's say, in 2000 working with Sapient, New York office. And I joined XMod at that point, and I was just a lowly graphic designer, really eager to learn about user experience. And slowly, bit by bit, I got into it through living it on, on the field. And eventually, I went back and did a PhD on this. So lately, like 2 years ago, graduated from PhD, studying the optimal experience of people with technology, people with interactive media, and seeing how we could understand this and bring it to the design field and bring it to a better user experience. Not so much from a scientific point of view, although it always is, but also from a design more sensitive point of view. So it's very much based on ethnographic stuff, but not only. As you can see, we still do a lot of ethnographic research and analysis. This is always fun. So at Ucentric, we do a lot of things. We start at the beginning of the project doing ethnographic work if need be, but we could do UX design, behavior, UX design in terms of UI, and we do a whole slew of testing. We have a lot of usability experts, which I'm familiar with, but this is not my particular expertise because I'm a designer. Not because I'm a designer, but happens that that's not my favorite things, but nevertheless. And what else do? We do a lot of teaching as well. We try to teach our customers and teach the general community about UX, about usability, to make sure that the word spreads and catches on fire and moves on to next stage, which is really breaking down silos and working together, keeping people at the center, as you know.
Sure, yeah. Well, thanks for providing that little thumbnail of your background. It sounds like you're involved in a lot of different things and have experienced a lot of different types of projects. Is there anything that you're working on right now that has captivated your interest in particular?
Yeah, there are two things right now. Things are changing in the sense that we still do a lot of projects where we deliver products and services, but we do a lot more. Often we do a lot of projects where we accompany clients to do things, accompany them to make sure they integrate a UX or CX point of view, making sure that their IT department talks to or with their marketing department, and that these people find ways of working together. Maybe we'll bring them into design thinking methodologies to give them processes to hold on to. And that's really a lot of fun because we feel like instead of delivering things, objects or services, we deliver methods, and that's been really rewarding right now. So
Well, one of the things that you talked about with me earlier is some of the work that you're doing with mixed reality, and then that will lead us a little bit into the session. You'll talk about it at the conference, but why don't you talk about those mixed reality things that you're working with right now?
Yeah, it's really cool. In Montreal right now, there's a real mixed reality something happening. I mean, there's a number of organizations, startups, different things that are pushing different kinds of mixed reality. While I was doing my PhD at the lab that I was at, we developed a mixed reality system. So I did a whole lot of studying the user experience in that kind of environment. The one I was working with was with the Université de Montréal. It was the Hive 3D. It was really cool because it had its own sort of pad to work from. But the mixed reality, one of the challenges of the mixed reality is where do you put instructions? If you're working from an iPad and then you have a big space, you are immersed in a big space, well, that's not a problem because everything happens here. Or likewise, if it happens, let's say, on your phone. But once you're just swimming in it, and I'm sort of sliding, into the next topic a little bit, well, there's issues about it. How do you find your bearings? What do you do with that? I mean, it was true, 30, 40 years ago when computers started, PCs started. Well, we're at the next step, and the same questions arise with more complexity. It's not 2D, it's 3D, and it's in time as well. Anyway, so, but what's fun right now is that there's a lot of dialogue between everybody that's trying to, we're the time that's a little bit like if you remember, VHS versus beta, and which technology is going to stand out. So this is kind of exciting to see what everybody is finding out. So every now and again at Ucentric, when we have time, we'll work on that kind of project as well because people know that we have previous experience, and so it's fun.
Well, your topic in Seattle at ConveyUX is related to that, UX and mixed reality and opportunity for innovation. So any things you want to preview that you'll be talking about during your session?
Yeah. If I mean, it's the only. I mean, this thing. It's the HoloLens, and so we're working with that right now. We're doing a little project, trying to figure out not so much. I mean, a lot has been written about the weight of this. Of course, it's too heavy. Everybody knows they're going to fix it eventually, soon enough. But the interface itself is still a big challenge. And at this point, it's more than just a scientific, cognitive problem. It is also about mental model. What kind of mental model do you apply in this kind of open space? And also, how do you apply it? And that's a design issue. So for a UX designer, this is really a lot of fun. And that's, so at Seattle, I'm going to bring you our latest thinking about that and hopefully exchange with some of the people in the room that may have encountered the same kind of questions and to see, where are we at in this. And actually, it's just an invitation for UX designer to get on board and have fun, imagine, and design this new space. It's like, it's an open space for us to move into for the next 10 years. I think it's really exciting.
Yeah, no, it is a really fun area. I'm personally interested in that, and I try to catch sessions locally whenever practitioners are discussing that. So I'm looking forward to that session. We'll look forward to having you visit from Montreal here in Seattle at ConveyUX.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye, Annemarie.
Bye.